I'm doing a study on the new Gospel of Judas, the newly discovered Gospel, because it's actually quite ancient. It dates to the time of the writing of the canonized New Testament, and these are from the Gnostic texts. The Gnostics are people who were much like Jesus, Yeshua, and the disciples. And this is to be differentiated from the fathers and the founders of the Church, the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church. These people were not Gnostics. They considered themselves Orthodox, which was to them righteous and correct, and the other group they branded as the heretics, which are the Gnostics and the various other groups that were following Christianity. Now, what is very incredible, but must be accepted as a historical fact, and I shouldn't even have to put historical in front of it, but only because we have to save ourselves from the ignorance of false information. The fact of the matter about the roots of our faith is that Christianity was not a homogeneous belief system. From the 1st century A.D. into the 2nd century A.D., there were many approaches to following the way, which is the way of Yeshua, who went on later to become Christ, the Anointed One, as crowned by the church officials. But I think what's more accurate and what should be important to us in this day and age is the truth. And the Gnostics, they have held that since the beginning of this whole fiasco. And in fact, that was what was intended to happen. That was the plan. And now that we've come to the time, we can reveal what's actually going on. Behind the scenes, the truth has been saved, and this book, which tells you a new pioneering translation of the Gospel of Judas. And this is to be taken in comparison with a study of the Nag Hammadi library, the Qumran scrolls, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and various other apocryphal texts. These are not included in the canonized Bible of the New Testament. They have been considered heretical and have been buried. They've been destroyed. But now the original texts are becoming discovered. They are becoming translated, and they are becoming part of our study. And I call on all Christians to release themselves and escape from the lies that have been propagated for so many centuries to keep you ignorant of the truth. It's only important that you learn the truth and you accept those that have the truth, that live according to the truth, because the time has come for that. This is the end of an age. It was the age of the soul. And one of the great books from the early part of the first millennium, which I'm talking about 2nd, 3rd, and 4th centuries, this book was called The Concept of Our Great Power. And the great power refers to the highest God, which is the one that Yeshua called upon. This is the one that was sent, who sent Yeshua. And the great power is described here. And I certainly see that it talks about the way, and there is also a brief reference to Judas and his relationship to the Master, Jesus Yeshua. Jesus Yeshua was very fond of Judas because Judas was quite wise. He was different in many ways from the other disciples. He was more learned. He was stronger. He was more emotionally attuned to his unique mission. And that is the mission of handing over Yeshua. He's the one who hands him over to the authorities.